It's a miracle.
It's like, yeah, it truly is. Yeah, it's like a miracle. I love it.
Well, I'm glad that it's making you happy.
Oh yeah, because now it's like, yeah, okay, it's dynamic. Is what I wanted, because now it's really smart now.
See,
So,
I'm just the
yeah,
opposite. I want super simple, straightforward, super simple, not complicated.
you can do it simple, like use to get user data or something. But that's the problem. If someone says something out of line, it's broken. So I hate that, and I know the one client that I have with the software company, he hated that. He saw that because it was breaking, and it's like if you say something out of line, he will not not saving the proper information. So and I was like waiting for a solution, and this is the solution for that.
Yeah.
Because you can just start the conversation, if you have, imagine if you have an appointment and you have to ask for name, email, phone, so what's your what's your animal name, and what date do you want, or something. You can put that, everything, and you can stop in the middle. If he will start to ask you, right, he will go, oh, yeah, what's your name? What's your phone? And you will go answer it. And you can stop in the middle anytime you want the conversation. As, oh, wait, I want to ask about, when is the vaccination, or something like that. And he hits something, I don't know, ask something else. He will pick up on that. That's, he will be saving information as it goes and return to it anytime. So,
I want to do, let's go to sim. So, let me change the name of this. Lead gen options. Okay. We're going to see how many different lead gen ways we can build some options. How's that sound? So the first one, we have the default reply and the welcome message. We're on auto right now, so we'll just leave it like that. If I create a new one, function lead gen, that's probably the simplest, right? I would go build a function, the AI hub. Oh, no, not an agent. Still trying to get used to where they moved everything here. So, collect info, user info. What does it do? Allows user to share name, email, and hub. And I'm going to put it in here. Full name, email, and phone. And we could put anything else we wanted, but basically, and we're not going to trigger flow. We're just going to save that to the inbox. That's the simplest type, right? So now if I go open that flow, or wait a minute, I got to go put that function in the default reply. No, not there. I'm on auto. I mean, first what I would do, like on any account, is change it and take it off of auto, because we're going to be adding other stuff. So I usually go and take it off of auto and set a general default flow. I do that first. I don't know if you do that, but because I'm always adding conditions. Yeah, because you're going to add conditions and stuff, and you can't do that. I mean, you could do it to some extent, I guess, in this main, brain when you put the instructions here. Have you done one where it's just using JSON and stuff here and leaving it on auto? Does that work well?
No, I didn't try that, but because I always do the default reply.
Yeah. I mean, if you were only going to do this, like if you were only going to have a bot that collected information and sent it to a Google Sheet, let's say, you could leave it on auto here, just put that in that JSON prompting in here, and it would do it fine. It would save the information and send it to a Google Sheet. And if that's all you wanted to do, leave it on auto. It's easy peasy, right? But once you start doing some other stuff, it's probably a good idea to do it this other way. So now I'm going to go start the welcome message.
Did you add? You didn't add the function to the default.
Oh, I did. That's what I was going to do. Go. Yeah. Sorry. See, I need people to keep me on track. I got way too much stuff going on. So I need to go back to that flow that I just set and say, put this function in, collect user data info, and I need to say in here, I'll just take all this out. You are my lead gen assistant. Your goal is to collect user name, email, and phone number, and thank them for their interest in Kim's awesome business. All right. Continue. Now I could put in, use that function. It should pull it up. If it doesn't, I'll go back in. And I always like to do the minimum. Like I don't put instructions in unless I have to if it doesn't work. But you might have to say in here, ask the questions and use the collect user info function to save the information or something. But let's see if it does it on its own without me doing that. Oh, thank you for reaching out. How can I assist you today? Who are you? Let's see if it's going to ask me. It's probably not. Oh, yeah, I'm here to answer questions about Kim's awesome business. How can I help you? What do you sell? Probably going to make something up. Variety of products. If you're interested, I can provide more details and also collect your information. Would you like to know more? Yes. See, it's taken a long time to get to asking a question. So I need to go put something in the instructions. Okay, let's give me a name. Kim Gasco, KG at AOL.com, and phone number.
Okay. Can you check if it saves?
Yeah. So now it's going to stop here because I don't have any other instructions. So unless the person types something in after this, it's probably not going to do anything. Let's go take a look at the inbox. And it saved the info. So the function pulled up, and you can check that by clicking this, and you can see the function collect user info started right here. Right? And then it went back to the default reply. And now it's not going to do anything because I don't have any instructions to ask another question or keep going. And unless the user types something in, then it's not going to continue. But this would be the easiest way to like collect information. Then if you wanted to save it somewhere else besides just the contact information in CBB, you'd have to put a flow that has either a Google Sheet or send it somewhere else to a CRM, something like that. Right? So let's create a flow. I would have to attach my Google Sheet first. Setting, integration. And that's so hard to do, just go in here and it's always a good idea to do this very early on the new setup too, because you're going to use it probably right away. So now I can go create a new flow. Google Sheet action. And now I will have that option here. Do a Google Sheet. I'm going to send the data to that sheet, sheet 1. And we're going to do name, full name, email, phone. And if we wanted other stuff that was on the sheet, we could add that as well. But we'll just do that for now. And publish. So now, if we want to do another kind of flow, or, another kind of lead gen, we could create a flow that lead gen with get user data. And instead of using a function, we could actually make a flow that does the get user data. What is your name? And save it to a custom field. And you probably wouldn't want to skip it, but and you could ask each of these separate. What is your email? And yes, I would make these a little different. Email. And type them correctly and put question mark, make them a little more user friendly, but this is just for demonstration purposes only. What is your phone? It's phone. We do have phone, right? Phone, yeah. And since these are system fields, they're already in there. So now it's going to ask these 3 questions. And then if you wanted to, you could get user data, then do a little message, say thank you. Thanks for your info. All right. And we publish that. And now there's a couple things you could do here. If you go back to, you're going to do it this way. You go back and you take out that other function from the default reply. Okay, you still leave that in. Your goal is to ask them that info. All right, but you're going to add something in here. So
Function also to
yeah, you'll need a different function. Okay, so that function that we had was to ask the stuff and just save it without a flow. But if you make a flow and ask the get user data, everything's in the cuffs. Go back to the functions. And add new. Get user data with flow. And now here's where it would confuse it if you put both the flows in there, you had them both on, because it's doing, what function it's doing is the same thing. So I'm going to put the same thing. Allows user to share their name, email, and phone.
Watch out for the name that you put in there. I know that is also practice. So we can confuse the bot, so that way it's like.
Yeah, that's true. But this here, like this is exactly what I said the other function does, right? Even though they're different names. And so, yeah, if you, now this one is going to trigger the flow, okay? Because I'm not having the function save the information. I'm having the flow that I just made triggered, so it saves it, okay? And so now I'm going to go back to that flow in my default reply, and I've got to put that function in. And then I'm going to put in here, use get whoa, typing what I'm saying. Okay. And then, okay, we'll just do this, see if it collects it. So we'll go back to that welcome message. See how long it takes them to ask for the information. Are you ready to share your name, email, and phone number? Okay. Sure.
That's not the flow because
Yeah, I know. I'm going to type this in because see, it's asking me, and I want to see what it does. And this is a good point on testing. So if you have to make the conversation, like, what is the person going to do if this comes up? They're not going to wait for a flow. They're going to answer this. So then you see what it does, and you see what you do, what you did wrong. See, it's asking again. Did you see it fly by real fast? It started that flow. So what you want to do is you want to go back when it does something like this, like, oops, that's not going to work. So go back to the default reply. Why is that not published? So let's go back.
yeah,
Your goal is this.
Click, yeah, and for that, yeah. But if you put something in between the lines, put something like, right?
Okay, do not ask the questions. Use get user data to collect the information. Let's see if that'll work.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, so let's go back. Welcome message.
Hey, Charles. Charles is in the house.
Hey, Charles. Sounds like you just woke up.
Yeah.
We're doing different ways to do a lead gen here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we did the function only. Oh, the skip button comes in. I don't want to. And now we're doing the flow where we're doing get user. It worked, Diana. See, it's asking what is your email. Okay. Let's go to the next one. What's your phone? And then it's going to make my name. I don't know why it didn't do. Oh, why didn't it ask the name? Oh, what's your name is up here. I missed that one. What's your name?
Yeah.
So my name is going to be welcome. We're so glad you're here. Or hi, or whatever. Why did it? Yeah, that's weird.
Your name. Go to the inbox, and you will see what is in the.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be.
Get user data. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Unless it's a very specific thing, you will save whatever you put in there.
Yeah. So the name is hi. That's what I was saying. That was the first thing I typed in. Okay. I didn't even see that it asked my name. I just saw the welcome message. And so whatever they put in there, that's the point. When you just do a flow, yeah, the first one we did is function only, where it's just in the instructions. You say collect their name, use and email and phone number. and you create a function that collects that. And in the function, you're saving it. And then this one, the flow is getting user data by just logic nodes, right? So each one, you're asking the question and saving it to a custom field. And you saw the problem with this is I didn't see that it asked my name. I just said hi. Well, it made my name saved in that custom field for full name, hi, because that's what I answered. And that's the problem with doing get user data. It's very strict. So whatever they ask, it's going to be the one thing they ask. It's going to save it in the custom field. So if you want something very rigid, you would want to use this method and then create a function that triggers this flow, right? If you don't want it to be rigid, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can do it with just the function like we did. I'll show you the function because I think you weren't here yet. The first one we did was collect user info, and see how in the function we had it collect the data and save it. So it's putting it in the custom fields here in the function. It's not triggering any flow. In this function, it's the opposite. It's calling for that flow that I made that was very specific, and it's not collecting and saving it here in the function. So it's two different ways. It's all saving the answers in the same custom fields, but it's doing it in different ways. But both of them need a function. Then the other way you can do it is with JSON and no functions. And Diana's going to show you how to do that one.
Oh, I will have to go here in our documentation from ChatGPT and work with ChatGPT.
So if you're going to do it that way, then you're going to go to your, if you were in auto, you're going to go to your settings and the integrations. And in this brain here is where you would put the JSON commands that you want, basically. But since we changed that already and went off of auto and put in a default flow as our brain, basically, then that's the flow that you're going to do all your stuff in. So we'll go to the default flow. And what I would do here, instead of putting this stuff in here like this, and having functions, I would go to ChatGPT, like Diana just said, and all right, I'll let you explain that, and then I'll put it in here, Diana, and I'll take that other away, and we'll show how it works that way.
See if I can do it.
See if you can do it. Oh, come on, you have one done, right? Do you have one done?
Not just for that. I have a mix. It's a mix. I don't have just for that, but I will do it.
So if I can do it too. If I go here to ChatGPT, and I say, what do I say? I need JSON prompting with the Chatbot Builder schema, which you already have, and I want to collect the user's first and last name, which would be full name, custom field, and the phone number and the email. Custom fields are phone and email, respectively, period. So give me the prompt that has the natural language welcoming and asking the questions, and the JSON that is going to do the function of saving that information into the right system fields. Something like that?
Something like that. Just,
okay.
Yeah, JSON. Just pick up the JSON. I mean, if you have JSON as a name, but he probably will know what to do.
Now,
yeah, but you have to ask. Yeah, give him the documentation. And
I would say now it has the JSON schema already.
Yeah,
so it knows that, but you can talk a little bit about the documentation that you use so these guys understand where you get it and everything.
Oh, okay. You can go to the documentation kit and show the link. Do you have it?
For the what's the name
I
of
will
it?
put it in the. I will put in the chat again.
Yeah, I always forget the name of it. I have it in my tools, saved in my tools.
Is the in the chat? If you will go there to the chat, that's the page that has the schema for JSON for CVB, and you can just copy from number 4, copy everything and put it in ChatGPT, because the first part of that following
I'm following. Trying.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
want to.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I don't
can
want to
see I have
confuse
that-
anybody.
That link that I gave you in the Mhm. No problem. I will share mine.
So, okay,
So
now
you can
Paul,
see here.
hang on a second, Diana. Paul, you know how to get to the documents, right? How to get to documentation?
You have that link? The
In
document?
the chat.
External requests? Yeah, it has external requests and everything.
So
Let's see.
I will change.
I just needed to see you, yes, but I don't see your screen yet. Where's your screen? Oh, here it is. Never mind. I got it.
You will see my
Yeah.
Discord, right?
I got it. Yep.
So you can see my mouse in your head.
Yep.
So you go here, see this button here in the.
Oh, there it
little-
is. Okay. That's
Yeah, you
because
can
I had.
click it.
I'm blind.
Yeah.
I've got it. I've got it now. I'm blind, so
Okay.
I have my screen. Yeah, I
You
made my
can see
screen
here.
big.
Yeah. Okay. This is the.
I made my
the
screen
link.
big so I can see where you were because I need to.
Okay.
All
I
right.
think it hides it if you're in full screen. It hides it.
Hey, what?
Okay, I'm
I
good.
think if you're in full screen, it hides the chat bubble. That's why you couldn't
Really?
see it. Yeah, I think.
There it is in the open folder now. I also zoom in a lot so I can see what's on these documents. So when I zoom in, it screws it up, but that's okay.
All right, can you guys hear
Okay,
me
so
now?
now you. Yes, Kim.
Okay. Cool, cool.
We're all good now.
All right, good. So, yeah, to get to your documentation, I know she gave you the link, but you know where your little assistant is on the right side of your flow screens, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
On the bottom of that, you have the chat, and then you also have docs. If you click
Oh.
docs and you search, that's where you get your documentation.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
And so, let me go back. So, like here, if I open up the assistant, oh, am I sharing my screen? Hold on, I probably went off.
The chat does a decent job of scanning those documents and giving you what you need almost. So that's the way I've used it for the most part. I haven't gone straight to the documents.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
And so, yeah, so if you go and get the schema here, basically the JSON, the way that CBB does the JSON, Chat GPT needs that to give you back the correct format. So I'm sharing my screen again. Hopefully you guys can see it and hear me. And let's see what it gave me. Attach this to the system prompt or function output so CBB knows how to store the stuff. So it's going to do an action, and that is not correct. See, it's not using the right schema, right?
Nope.
So I can tell right away, this is not CBB language, this save user attribute. That's not the action, okay? So I got to go get the documentation. And give it to Chat GPT.
I will give you the schema, the text.
Okay.
And what were the advantages again of JSON over the other options that you've gone through?
Oh, it's more dynamic, completely intelligent. That's the intelligent part. So you can just interrupt the bot and say something else and ask something else, and he will just And if you have the right instructions there in the natural language, you can even say, oh my god, forgot what I was going to say. I don't know what I was going to say.
As an example, then maybe this helps. So as an example, if I have it in the natural language, then it would just basically be having a conversation, and it could pick up those items throughout the whole conversation versus saying, give me this, give me this, give me this, and like one bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, you can say whenever a person says his name, his phone in the conversation, you know, people sometimes they give you the information without you asking, right? So
Right.
you can say to in the instructions, whenever the user says, you know, his name, email, phone, whatever, you save that information, and bam, that's it, and it's done. So he will say, if I go to your bot and say, oh, my name is Diana, what your services, whatever, I say my name, he will save automatically that field.
Okay,
so
that's
the
great.
power of JSON.
Right. It just lets you have the conversation, not be so, give me this, give me this, give me this. Okay.
Exactly. It's not strict. It's very dynamic. It's very smart. So that's the true power of AI for me. And that's why I'm doing everything in JSON now. So you can just interrupt and, you know.
It's good for when you have multiple variables that you don't want to do a get user data for 30 different things. Like you don't want to ask the person 30 questions in a row or whatever. It's a more natural conversation to just have the conversation about the real estate that you're interested in. And it will pick up the things about the real estate that you're talking about, the number of bedrooms, whether or not you have kids, whether or not, you know, you can have pets, what are your neighbors like, you know, all that kind of stuff in the conversation. It will be saved into the appropriate custom fields without you having to have rigid get user data flows. So if I put JSON in here to ask those questions instead of using a flow or using a function, then I have to go take out this. Do not ask the questions, right? So I'll remove that. And
remove the functions.
Then I go down, I have my JSON, and I have this removed. I usually remove this just so it doesn't go, but yeah, you don't want any of those functions that you created to collect the data. Okay? And then I'll save it, publish it. Now let's go try that welcome message and see what kind of conversation we have. I should have cleared the inbox, but I'll say hi. It says welcome. I say hi. How can I assist you? If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I say, who are you? Now, granted, I don't really have anything in here at all about the business or anything. I'm your lead gen for Kim's business.
Let's say my name. He will not say, but because you don't have instructions for him to ask you, do you?
No. So I'm gonna say hi. I'm Kim. Glad to meet you. Give me an appointment. Now, it should ask for information before it gives me an answer to that, because I don't have anything in there. Yeah, and see, it makes sense that it's not going to give me an appointment unless I give him some information. So now he's asking, even though I didn't put it in there, full name, Kim Jones, KJJ at all right, and then it's confirming what I said. Now I'm going to go look at the inbox. And it says, let me refresh. Oh, didn't save it. All right, let me delete this.
Have rules.
Hmm.
And to have natural language instructions. That did you say the natural?
All right, so let's go back to the instructions. Come on. On that default reply, see what we got. You're my lead gen. Your goal is to collect the username, email, and phone number and thank them for their interest in Kim's business. Okay. And then okay, what is this? I didn't put that up in there. Where did that come from? Okay, that's really weird. Is that something that ChatGPT gave me? That's an example ChatGPT gave me. All right, like that. Let's try that. I mean, this is definitely a skill that you have to master, in my opinion, if you're going to use JSON. Just like you had to learn prompt engineering to be able to ask correctly, you have to be able to command the JSON correctly too, and put the right, parameters in. What's that?
You have ChatGPT to help you to build that.
Hey there, I'd love to know you before we get started. Can you please share?
And from this base that you just create this little JSON, basic JSON, you can go crazy because you can just copy that flow. Once you got this working, you just copy all the flow, go to ChatGPT and ask him to do more stuff. So I want to validate the information. I want him to confirm with the person before saving, stuff like that. And he will just give you the answer and just copy paste there and go from there.
Okay, so 2 problems. All right. Thank you for sharing your details. Here's the information I collected, and it's showing me the JSON.
Go change your model. I think you are doing with the for all. Just change your model.
I'm going to check. Let's go in here.
Yeah, me too.
It's on 4.0 mini, so
Okay, 5 mini.
5 mini. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Try that. We had this problem before, remember? Like a month ago or something that we are checking, trying with JSON. And the only one that was working was 5 mini, 1 mini or something.
All right. Let's try it again.
The one that Oh yeah, this is a test. Build, test, build, test.
Now, when you use different models, you'll notice like stuff like this is different with different models, like how it asks you. Oh, look at this. Thank for your interest, Kim Jones. I have your details on file, and your profile is being set up.
So, because you didn't delete the conversation.
I didn't delete the conversation, right?
No, let's see if it's in the inbox.
It updated everything as soon as I changed the model. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Is the way to go.
Now, Paul.
And this debugging would drive you insane.
Oh yeah. Now this is so you were asking what.
And screw around with the because you could screw around with what you put in a zillion times in the JSON, but it was the model that screwed you from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not the problem with the JSON. The problem is the model. You'll see that.
And these are the kinds of things you learn by building a lot of stuff. We keep telling everybody, just get in here, find a use that you want to do something, and just go build. Like every time Ryan shows something, we go try to build that, even if we're not going to use it, right? Because it helps us learn, and know these things that they don't tell us. Like nobody says this stuff, but after you do things for a while, you kind of get in the habit. And when you build with other people, like Charles and Diana and I, we try to build a lot together because we bounce stuff off each other. And she's been working a lot in the JSON. I haven't. But see, this is one of the really good benefits of it. It already knew that I had answered those questions.
You can try to do some new conversation. Let that one do again, and interrupt him when he asks you. You know, even if he asks you the 3 questions at a time, you can just say, "Oh, ask me one at a time," and he will ask, "Okay, what's your name?" And you can say something else instead of your name. Just ask something else about the business. And you can see he will not save that in the name, right? He will be smart enough to say, "Don't save that." Just when you have the name, then he will save it. So that's the power with this. It's dynamic, you know, it's smart.
Delete this.
It doesn't have very good instructions.
And I could look for, the other thing is interesting is I could look for lots of data points that may or may not ever come up in the conversation, but at least I could say if they come up in the conversation, record them. Like, do you have a dog or do you have kids or whatever? Like if that comes up, then it can just be recorded. I don't have to explicitly go out and ask them for all those questions.
Yeah, but it's not going to do anything with that unless you go back. Like I would have to go back into that flow and add some additional JSON in here. Like if I wanted to have other questions that got saved into different custom fields, then I would have to add more stuff here. Yeah.
Right.
Let me just say one more thing that I want to share with you guys. So every time you want something else in the JSON, that you, let's say you want to create a new curve, or, you know, I want to create a new curve to save this information. For example, I don't know, for services, you will want to provide here the service that Tim wants to provide some services. You will put in the natural language, right? Oh, I do bots, I do this and do automations, do whatever. Just put it in there. But and you want to save in the curve. So you have to give, when you go to ChatGPT here, you have to tell him, I want to use this curve to save that information, or I want to do this flow with an ID to be triggered when this happens. Something like that. You put everything here. Whatever you do in, or whatever tool you have, you want to use in CBB, you have to go here in ChatGPT and put it in there so we can implement in the flow, right?
So let me ask you this. Let's say I want to, would I go make my cuffs first? Like, let's say I don't want just name, email, and phone. I want to also know how many kids you have, do you have any pets, and what size home do you want?
Do you want that information in a cuff? So you create the cuff and then go to ChatGPT and say, oh, I just create this cuff, and I this and this. And now I want this to be saved whenever the person talks, save this information, save that information in the cuffs.
All right, so I'm going to create 3 new cuffs. I'm going to say pets, kids, and I don't usually use numbers. I just leave everything as text. And then home size.
Kids and home size. Okay.
Okay. So now I've created those 3 cuffs. Now I'm going to go over here to ChatGPT. I'm going to take that whole default reply that I have, and I'm going to say, I want to add new cuffs, and I'll put kids.
Yep, with the brackets.
No brackets, no brackets. Oh, Charles, we made t-shirts, no brackets. I'll have to show you the graphic. I put no brackets. She said go brackets.
Go bracket.
Kids, pets,
I mean,
Oh, that's funny.
and
No brackets and no brackets. Okay.
yeah. I'll show you the graphic when we're done here. Home size, right? Okay.
yeah.
And I want to collect those data points from the user. So fix my prompt to have JSON.
Don't complicate it, Kim. You are talking too much there.
Okay.
You over explain it. Don't need it.
So
I want you to say
fix my JSON.
No, wait. You need to. No, just say when. When do you want to collect? Okay, I want to add these new cuffs, and I want to save them whenever the users talks about it or something. My wording is not the best.
I want to add these new cuffs to save the
users
number of kids.
Okay.
The number of pets and the home size in square footage
Perfect.
or number of bedrooms when the customer or when the user mentions them.
Exactly.
If they don't mention them, then ask them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
And then do I put add the JSON?
No. Just don't say nothing. Say only this. This is my prompt. And
Okay.
copy your prompt there.
This is my current prompt.
Current prompt. Yeah. And I just pasted it there. Everything. I have big ass prompt.
Okay.
That's why it is getting slow.
Perfect. You're using the right approach. Below is the updated production-ready dynamic content JSON that aligns with Chatbot Builder AI schema and adds your 3 new custom fields.
Let's see what he has. Updated.
It also includes natural fallback logic. The bot asks if the user didn't mention those details. Okay. So I'm going to copy this.
So much stuff. Yeah.
All right.
Let's see what is here. I copy everything, I just.
But see, it separates it out in the 2 different ones, so I have to copy both.
Say, hold the bottom and drag it. Or you can go step by step, copy one of the time, but yes. Oh, go below usage. It's go down. Yeah, a little bit more. Maybe not the usage. It's super good. Already have it. Oh, that's not necessary. I don't think so.
So just copy to here.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so you want all these headers in there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave it.
All right. I'll paste it all in.
Let's see if you don't have that JSON. Let me just look at it. How it was. How it fits as the JSON below.
You are my assistant. Your goal.
Yeah, go down. Oh yeah, it's just says thing.
If it doesn't mention it.
Because you can delete those, but that's fine. Yes. Yeah. See those? Yeah, sometimes it does that, sometimes doesn't. Yeah, Jason. It's not important. He will understand it's not important. It's just,
All right.
yeah. That's it. See if it works.
Okay, let's go. Check the flow.
Yeah. And that's what I'm doing, testing, adding stuff. And I have multiple, I keep duplicating that. Once I have something working, I duplicate it and I change that. Okay. And okay, now it's working. I just duplicate. I want to do something else. I keep saving what is working, right? Don't do what she did. To
All right.
replace everything.
So it's
I'm
not.
having flashbacks to when I was doing COBOL at school and having to run through a compiler and yeah, oh, this broke. Now what broke this time? Yeah.
Yeah, but now you have ChatGPT to help you, right?
There you go. At least I have something, a resource.
Oh yeah, and he will do everything for you. Just need to be, little detailed and pass out for some details. But yeah,
And not too detailed at some point because I do like Kim does. I keep trying to over explain it. It's like, stop.
yeah, stop. Don't need to over. He will understand. He's very smart.
Okay, I'm only going to give it the name and email stuff. And it says it also helps if I know more about your home. So let's see what it does here. Thanks. I got your contact info. Could you please tell me about your no kids? Now I'm gonna mess it up here, and I'm gonna say. So. Got it. How many pets? What neighborhoods do you recommend?
To break it here.
Right? So I'm trying to mess it up with the, not do exactly what it says because, people don't ever follow instructions.
Exactly. That's the power. That's the power of JSON. You can just say whatever.
So what do you think it's going to say to me? God, it's slow today.
It's so slow, not for you only. It's for me.
Oh, I know. The past few days, everything's been so slow. Great question. I can recommend neighborhoods, but first I need to know what area of the city you're looking at. Also, before I give tailored suggestions, could you confirm a couple of quick things? I hate pets. See what it says.
Oh, he put square footage or number of bedrooms.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. I've noted that you don't like pets and will set pets to 0. To recommend neighborhoods, could you tell me the home? 3-bedroom. At least.
I can already see the difference.
3,500 feet.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go look at the inbox, right? So you can see where the power of this is. I didn't create any flow to ask any of these questions, right? And so if I go into the inbox and I look at this contact now, let's see what information we have. Okay, we have his name, we have his email, phone number,
home size,
the
kids and pets.
3 bedrooms, right? The home size, 3 bedrooms, kids 0, pets 0. Any custom field that I wanted stuff saved to, it would be here. Okay, and then let's.
He has a value because you can have, multiple stuffs, and if they don't have a value for some reason, they won't show up, right? You won't have blank stuffs there.
Yeah.
That's if they have a value.
And now. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No.
Now, if I want to add a tag or a condition now in my JSON, okay, so I'm going to go back to that flow. And let's say I want to, anybody that mentions that they have kids, I want to never recommend a neighborhood, a certain neighborhood. Okay?
Okay, for the tags, like I said before, if you have something some tool that you create, like tags, cuffs, flows, whatever, you have to say in ChatGPT. So you go there and okay, I want to tag, I don't know, dog friendly. If they have a dog or something, if they have a pet,
Yeah.
friendly. You want to tag them, so you just create a tag, and then you go to ChatGPT and say, okay, I just have this tag with this name. You do this every time. I have this guy.
So I would do that every time. So now I would go back and I would do a tag, kid friendly, pet friendly. Okay, kid friendly. And pet friendly. What's that? Oh, okay. Hey, Jafir. All right, so now I'm going to take this whole prompt again, and I'm going to copy this whole thing, and I'm going to go over to ChatGPT, and I'm going to say, I want to tag users who have kids with, do I put brackets?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Give me a second, I'll tell. Yeah, exactly. Looks like that. I don't think you need brackets for the.
My current prompt is as follows.
Ian, what you know about Sunnydale?
Huh?
You sure know Sunnydale is bad, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was born in Pomona, so. All right. So I'm gonna.
Which Sunnydale you talking about? I'm just curious. Yes, that's why I was wondering, like, what's kid know about Sunnydale?
Okay, so now it put in these tags for me. So here's the updated prompt. So I'm gonna go back and copy the whole thing all the way down. It put in the tags, you see, pet friendly. And it should have a condition somewhere. If, here it is, if, okay. So let's see if that works. Huh?
You're gonna love this game.
Okay. So
you're gonna convert her, right? You're converting her to JSON right now?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so wonderful, guys. So yeah, let's go play with it.
So I'm gonna go back to the flow now, to the brain, and change that.
Don't change it. Copy first. Make a copy. No, don't ever. Just duplicate.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Didn't do anything here.
Yeah, duplicate that one, that first node. You know how to duplicate the first node.
Oh, doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, best practice. Sorry. Best practices, guys. Always have your fail safe. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I wasn't on the same page as you where you were going. Sorry, I was totally.
Yeah, just it, because that one was working, so now you can change it. I always do that. I'm always scared of losing my stuff.
Oh, me too. So thanks for reminding me. Yeah, because when I'm doing this, a lot of times I forget to do the things that I do normally when I'm building, because I'm thinking about the teaching part, so it's nice to have people remind me.
Yeah, keep changing the name above, for the node. I just put 1, 2, V1, V2, V3.
Yeah, I either use ABC or 1, 2, 3, or times or dates. Yeah, you got to have some way to distinguish. Oh, let me publish that. Okay, and then let's go back to the welcome message. Or actually, I could just continue the conversation probably. Oh, you have to refresh. I have to refresh it.
Just refresh it, and it will Well, he's
Hey.
going with the same
I think
user.
I like Sunnydale. Oops.
But keep in mind that he's using the same user, okay? The information is still there.
Yeah.
So it's not the first conversation. But if you say something like, I actually I have two dogs, it will change the pets for
Kids or whatever. I think this one, this one was kids, right? Was the condition was on kids. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So, oh, and by the way, I will have my nephew living living with me. He is 10. All right, let's see what he says. Now, this would be good if it says, well, Sunnydale might not be a good option. It's thinking. It's thinking.
It takes a while. I don't know how to fix the. I think that's a problem with ChatGPT.
Thanks. I've updated your profile to one child. Because you now have a child, look at that. I'll mark your profile as kid-friendly and avoid recommending Sunnydale. Instead, I can just suggest a family-friendly neighborhood. Check that out. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. You're converting me. Yeah, you're converting me.
You can't do that with normal flows, you know?
Yeah.
Can't just with JSON. So I'm just JSON all in. Like, I got.
Nice.
So every time I see any flow, I want to convert it to JSON. This and that. Oh my God.
Okay, so yeah, my internet isn't doing great today. We got storms in the area, so sorry if it keeps freezing up, but you guys are frozen on my screen. So what else? What else do you guys want to see or do or talk about?
Let me just hear what Paul has to say. What do you think, Paul? Do you see the difference, right?
this helps refine even more. And this is getting into the details of what I'm trying to get to, and this is exactly what I'm looking for. So I mean that's very, very, very helpful.
Okay.
Just the only other two things and so being able to add this kind of functionality to those pages per real estate agent is a significant option, I believe.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's why I
you can't
kind of
do
use
too
the
much.
example as a real estate kind of example because that's
Yeah,
one of the
appreciate
industries
that.
where you have so many variables that you talk about with people. It's so hard to build a flow that you can think of what you need to ask. Otherwise, it's just a spaghetti flow. Like it goes on forever, you know? And so that's an industry. The car industry is another one. There are so many different specifications for different models of cars and car parts and all that stuff. It's horribly difficult to try and specify every possible question or answer that people have about autos, right? So JSON works really well with that, and being able to use a Google Sheet to have multiple rows of data that it can, you know, that little trick of having it, you know, put all of that into one custom field that the AI can use and draw from all the time is like a huge time saver when you have multiple products or multiple variables that you're talking about and drawing from all the time.